I think you mean Bigfoot, buddy. This is America. I worked yesterday, man. Give me a break. Okay. Hello. Hello, everybody. Sorry. Okay. TikTok. I'm going to be here tomorrow. If you want to hop on that time again, I'm going to be hopping over to Twitch now. Have a good day. Be kind to your neighbors. Give grace where it's lacking. It's hot in America. You don't know who's packing. So long. Farewell. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye. And I'm hopping over to Twitch now. Goodbye. Toodaloo. And now. Oh my gosh, hello. Hello, Twitch. It's nice to see you. And you know, nothing against TikTok, but like, mamma mia. Here, hold on. I gotta get the Twitch thingy up. If you're here all the time, you'll know that I'm still trying to figure this stuff out. Okay. Let us proceed. All right, hold on. I gotta get my phone a charging because she is about dead. Hello, hello, welcome in. We're just about to get started. I think 6:30 should work. All right, we're loading in. Sorry, I'm away from the chat at the moment. I'm plugging stuff in. Yes, this is the server that I help run. And, well, we run it on a socialist model. Also, I hope you can hear me well. But yes, I run it on a socialist model. And this is the whole name of the server is the United Socialist Society of Aestos, which Aestos is Latin for like the dunes. Oh, sick. Awesome. Superb. But yeah, I apologize. I'm very new to Twitch. I've been streaming for about a little over a month just because like I've been... So, okay. Context. I have had... This started off as my own personal survival world, but I really, really liked it. And I wanted to turn it into... Because like, I don't know if you're familiar with the 2-week Minecraft phase, but I wanted to create a world that would counteract that. And so that's kind of where the idea grew from. And right now we're in the museum. And today we are going to be, I don't know if you were on the stream last time or not, but we have been constructing the Beacon of the South, which is just like a super base for the players in the world in the South on the ocean, because I want folks to, you know, have a place on the ocean. Because, I mean, I'm not really on the ocean. It's not one of my preferred places to be. But, you know, if other folks want to be on the ocean, you know, I want to make room for the other folks. So, I mean, and I haven't updated the map, but you'll see when we go there. I'm going to be streaming for about a couple hours. So, if you want to stick with me, by all means. But for now, my tools are really low, especially my shovel. So I think we're going to be doing some woke maxing today, which, if you're new, woke maxing is where I go down to the skeleton spawner and I wait for skeletons to spawn, and while we're waiting, I read from like a lefty book that I really like, or something about gender that I think is really interesting. And so today, oh, by the way, that's my house. I like to keep myself humble. But if we go down this way, and I usually do this every Tuesday. This is the most common time I do the woke maxing. So essentially, we are going to be reading. Like, skeletons will fall, case in point, and then once enough fall, I get them, and then we, while they're falling, I'm reading. So, and we really want to fill up the shovel and the pickaxe today. And we have been reading the last three streams. We've been reading from the book Before We Were Trans, A New History of Gender by Kit He-em. And we last left off on the Pharaoh with the Golden Beard. So if you are following along, we are on page 44, middle of the page, middle bottom part of the page. So here we go. If Ekwe is coming to you, an Igbo woman named Nwajiuba, I apologize if I, mispronounced the names, Nwajiuba told researcher Ife Amadiube in the 1980s, quote, "It shows you the sign and throws in money for you." The title of Ekwe was understood to attach itself to AFAB people through possession by the goddess Idemili, which first manifested itself as extraordinary good fortune, successful harvests, economic prosperity, and charisma that encouraged others to want to work for the person concerned. Once a person took the title of Ekwe, they were gendered male. This gender didn't manifest itself linguistically. Igbo pronouns are gender neutral, but socially. Ekwe people could own land, they married women, including paying the, quote, child price for them, which enabled any children these wives bore to carry on the Ekwe family name, and they occupied important political positions within their local community. People who did not bear the Ekwe title could also become male through marriage and land ownership. If a household was left without men, for example, if a husband died, leaving his wife and daughters as sole occupiers of the family's house and land, the family's continuing right to work the land depended on one of the children becoming a son. Like Ekwe people, these sons could marry one or more wives, and many children whose those wives had would bear their husband's family name. There was no assumption or expectation that the husband and wives would have a sexual or romantic relationship, and the husband's maleness was defined by social role, not by sexuality, though it must, of course, have provided an opportunity for women or AFAB people, or assigned female at birth people, who did want to have sex or live as a romantic couple to do so. To perform these social roles was, in pre-colonial Igbo culture, to be male. These men were obligated to modify their presentation in order to be treated as male. The position they occupied in society was enough. the social role, and the gender were intrinsically entangled. So essentially, like those gender roles, you couldn't really separate them from the role they played in society. British invasion of Igbo land, along with the rest of contemporary Nigeria, changed all this. Christian mission activities began in earnest in the early 1840s, and as the new religion became established through a mixture of force and coercion, so practices associated with indigenous deities were suppressed. Since the Ekwe title was intrinsically associated with possession by the worship of the goddess Idemili, it was banned, eliminating a key aspect of Igbo gender fluidity and depriving AFAB people of a route to political influence. The newly imposed patriarchal Christian ideology and education formed by it led to reorganization of Igbo society, in which men were the primary holders of political and economic power, and AFAB people could no longer become men in the same way. Christian-influenced moral censure also meant that Ekwe people no longer married women, instead arranging marriages for their sons. Okay. So, very interesting. Obviously, the influence of colonialism and Christian missionaries affected the cultures of indigenous communities. Tale as old as time. Speaking of tales as old as time, tell you what, I do love the sound of skeletons and a murn. Oh, that's a nice nuts. Sorry, I've been doing a lot of reading this morning. I gotta take a break from it for a second. Mama's gotta leave some room to be whimsical. And drink some more tea. I don't know what it is, because like I've been drinking water. Maybe it's just the air. It's been really weird this morning. Okay. Ugh. Also, I'm gonna be honest, the TikTok stream kind of drained me this morning. Ugh. Lots of people on there, more than I'm used to. But my loyal Twitch chat, I hope you're doing well. And I hope you enjoy being the rate of 1 every day. I know Madeline's Discord really loves you guys. Anywho, let's continue reading. Alright, we left off page 46, middle of the page, as the Christian missions. Here we go. As the Christian missions spread through Nigeria, Britain also began its campaign of colonial rule. In 1851, the Royal Navy bombarded the city of Lagos, enabling Britain to install a new leader who served British interests more effectively. With apparently unacknowledged irony, these interventions were justified in part as efforts to abolish the trade in enslaved people, from which Britain had, of course, benefited significantly. From 1891, the British colonizers delegated leadership of areas of Igbo land to local leaders by issuing them with warrants to rule. Ostensibly, this was a way of allowing Nigerian people to govern themselves, but in practice, it was a way of entrenching surveillance across a large and decentralized nation, and a way of rewarding people who served British interests. These, quote, warrant chiefs were, with one notable exception, who I'll talk more about later, all AMAB people. As a result, this entrenched a foreign system of male leadership in colonial and post-colonial Igbo culture, and once again, AFAB people were denied the opportunity to move into leadership positions by becoming men. Though the warrant chief system was abolished in 1929, the newer Igbo royal title of Igwe remains restricted to AMAB people. I'm sorry, chat. My voice is just not in a great mood. I apologize. I don't know what's going on. But you know what? We're going to get there. We're going to get there. And I do want to just really charge up my shovel today. Alrighty. Give it a bit longer. Let the skeletons fall. Moving forward. This context was devastating for AFAB people, but some fought back. Historian Ndubuze El Mba, I apologize if I butchered that name, tells the story of how AFAB people in the region of Ohafia, in the southeast of contemporary Nigeria, responded to being shut out of colonial power structures by manipulating pre-colonial social roles in new ways, and were able to reshape gender accordingly. In Ohafia, the category of Ogaranya referred to people who accrued what Mba calls wealth power masculinity, a form of maleness that necessitated both wealth in commodities and wealth in people. Before British colonization, Ogaranya was overwhelmingly AMAB, but as the AMAB people in Ohafia began to take on commercial, political, and religious roles within new colonial structure, in the early 20th century, AFAB people moved into their previous spheres of influence. They practiced ritual specialisms such as medicine, cultivating yams, and developing trade partnerships with other regions in Nigeria and beyond. In fulfilling these roles, they were already understood as masculine. But as they accrued wealth through these practices, they were able to fashion themselves as Ogaranya. Through this, they cemented their social maleness, including becoming able to marry one or more wives. As eyewitness Tessie Uzoma called one of the well-known 20th century Ogaranya, Anyang Uka, because of her Ogaranya performance, she was no longer considered a woman. Anyang had instead transformed herself into a man. Interesting. Very interesting. Putting a pin in that. Alright. Alright, and then I think I'm going to take a break and then try and fill up this pickaxe here. And then we'll be on our way to finishing the beacon, which we need to... Oh gosh, we need to get sand for... Oh, I'm not looking forward to that. Anyways. Back to reading. Maybe we can... Let's see how many pages are left in this section. Ooh, not many. Yeah, let's finish this up. In early 20th century, Ohafia then reduced opportunities for women's power and influence led to more AFAB people fashioning themselves as male Ogaranya. But even as they strove against the tide, the imposition of colonial British values entrenched restrictive gender roles and reduced options for fluidity both within Igboland and across the rest of Nigeria. The fact that contemporary Nigerian anti-trans laws focus on AMAB people is, in part, a reflection of how invisible these options for AFAB maleness have become. It's important, though, that white historians don't treat women or other AFAB people as passive victims in the process. On the contrary, many of them have cleverly and strategically negotiated the new gender norms that colonization has brought. The stories of Ohafias or Ogaranya are examples of this at the level of the local community, but the stories of Njinga Mbande and Ahebi Ugbabe show that the history of gender disruption in West Africa goes right to the very top. Now, I am going to kind of pause there because my voice is just not where I need it to be right now. And since we're dealing with a lot of glass construction today, I think I'm going to call the woke maxing sesh here. And if I need more XP, I can just, go to the beacon and get it from there. So, Chesterstone. Where's Chesterstone? I had Chesterstone here, but he disappeared. Bogus. Ridiculous, Chesterstone. You're not Chesterstone. Chesterstone into the Chesterverse. And I feel like I have to get more, I gotta talk to you guys more. Because I feel like I'm talking at you most of the time, but I'm not talking with you. So I gotta learn how to talk with you. And, bounce ideas off of you. And address you directly more. Get out of here. I don't want you. I don't want to be around you. Sick. Glass. Sick cobblestone. And maybe we can also build like a... What's it called? A super smelter over there. In the place. You know what I mean? That is not what I wanted to do. Dinner time. I'm gonna check and see see if I've got any glass in here. Glass. Not really. Kind of plumb out of glass at the moment. Ooh. You know what? Before we go, I gotta show you what I've been building off camera. Because it is pretty interesting. So I've been doing some building off camera, as I alluded to just now. And I was inspired by the Beacon of the South for the North. And it's essentially another mob farm. But you know, you'll see it when you see it. Especially if you've been here for a while. You'll know what I'm talking about. But we're gonna hop over to sandstone real quick. Show you what I've been doing. Show you what I've been up to. It's pretty exciting times. Also, I've been thinking about what I want to do for TikTok, just because I feel like it's just such a not a great place to. I don't know. The vibes are really different. Like on here, I just feel so cozy and nice. But on TikTok, I just feel. I mean, granted, on that platform, I actually show my face. But on here, you're not really seeing my face, it's just the gameplay. On that note, I wonder if it's actually showing the overlay today. It is showing the overlay today. Hooray! Love to see it. Love to see it. That is what I love to see. And we're almost there. Any second now. Or coming in hot. And boom. We made it. Shwink. Shwinky. Okay, which way should I? I'll go this way. Ow. Not that way. Go up and go down. Hello, Carl. No, you're not Carl. Voila. There she is in all of her beauty. Behold the pillar of spring. Welcome to the garden of the Pillar of Spring. This is just going to be a little community gathering area that folks can come to, and you're like, Tara, this is great and all, this is really cool, but like, what else is there? Well, I am so glad you asked, because if we go down this way, there's a mob farm. And I figured one would be really useful to have in the north. Just because. And you know, I always do this. I always have like a deep slate block right there. Smack dab in the middle of everything. It's a little silly. And of course, I've got Enderman. Hello, Enderman. Nice to see you. I am playing with fire right now. I'm not gonna... Best not to play with fire, you know? But, like... This also looks really cool from far away. Ow. Like... It's just the perfect bit of skyline for the city. And I love it. It's fantastic. It's one of my favorite... It's something that I've wanted to do for a while because I wanted like an obelisk to be like at the very top. Ever since I saw like the sandstone village, I'm like, ooh, something would look really cool like right there. And now something does, and it looks really good. Like if we go over this way, and if we take a look at it over here, hold on, I gotta get a bit farther away. Ooh, I did not know that was there. Hold on. Back it up, back it up. Yeah, look at that. It gives the city a unique feeling and actually, you know, embracing the desert, I would say. In essence. Anywho. We are gonna hop our way over to... Ow. To Carlton and then make our way to the south. On the ocean! And then meet up with Zarathustra. Ow. Whee! I cannot wait to have a rail that connects all the way to the Beacon of the South. Solely for the sake of connection. Oh, where's... Oh, did I leave him there? Oh my gosh. I believe I left them there. Hold on, Zarathustra, I'm coming. Don't worry. I'm gonna get there. Don't worry, Mama's coming. Any day now. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there and go to sleep. We're gonna have the best sleep. There it is. The beacon. Hello, Zarathustra. Nice to see you. Alright, so this is going to be Sniffer Biome 101. This is where the sniffer is going to be. I'm probably just going to just have dirt all around here. And I don't know if I want it exposed to the outside or not. wonder, she did say she was going to be on today. I wonder if she's made any cool progress. I don't see a conduit. Alright, well, I suppose we finish the roof with the dome. Go all the way around. Oh, guys, this is gonna take so much glass. Like a heaping mother load of glass. You know, I've been wanting to set up proximity chat on here, but we are on a Bedrock server after all. And they don't really have it set up for a Bedrock server, or for just Bedrock period. Because I'm fairly certain if you just want proximity chat on Java, you can just have it. Whatever. Wow, that was perfect. Actually. That was spot on. That was exactly how much I needed. Noted, noted. Okay, so I'm gonna need a lot more glass, which means I'm gonna need to industrialize this place, even more so than it already is. On that note, let me think about this. I wonder if I have any left in here. Let's see, glass. Ooh. Hooray! Okay. Going up. Oh, that didn't... that did not help me at all. Help me, scaffolding. You're my only hope. I feel like I'm going to be using that a lot. Put those two next to each other. Okay. I'm done freaking out now. Oh, man. I guess I just haven't really worked on my voice a whole lot lately. It's been mistreated. But yeah, I'm gonna need a lot more glass to really domify this place. Like a lot more glass. But I can see the vision coming to life. I can see it coming to life. Looks a little forehead, I'll admit. On the sides, it's a little forehead. But it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it, trust me. I went experimental with this, guys. So bear with me. It's supposed to look weird. And a little unbalanced. Did I? Is that uneven? No, that can't be uneven. No, it's good. It's going to give the beacon effect. Well, I mean, not the actual, like, in-game beacon effect, but, like, once the dome is on there, we'll see it. And then maybe I'll add, like, windows here, too. That could be something I could do. Perhaps. I'm also gonna have to get a lot of dirt for the biome. Lots to think about, lots to think about. I wonder what it looks like over here. Yeah, it's just gonna need a lot more. It's gonna need the dome. It's gonna need the dome. We're getting there. We're slowly getting there, but we're getting there. I think I may need to just mine some iron. And then just get that smelter going. Because, good golly. This is taking ages. I wish there was a faster way to just make sand. Or make glass. Yeah, no, I'm plumb out. I'm plumb out of everything. I have no resources. And I'm not making an iron farm. I don't care how many ethical ways to make an iron farm, like, are created. I'm not doing it. It's against the rules. Pardon me while I have a grape. Burn. I, Bye. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I want this stream to go, honestly. Can honestly go in so many different directions. Not like the stream today, but like, I don't know, the Twitch channel in general. I like it. I have a good time. But I think, you know, just give it some time. I would say give it like a few. Give it a few months. And then I'll see where I'm at. If I'm just consistent with stuff. You know, because this is my first foyer into content creation, I guess. When I was younger, oh my gosh, am I already out of storage space? I am. Can I get rid of this? Thank you. Because obviously this isn't my first foyer into any kind of content creation. If you're watching this on the VOD, I uploaded this onto my old channel, which I used to post like animations on. And don't get me wrong, I still love doing that. I'm just, you know, it's really difficult to animate on, you know, things that small, and then, you know, it takes a lot of time. And then sometimes you don't really have like the patience for animation, even though I love it and the outcome is fantastic every single time. But like, oh man, animation just takes so long. And if you're watching this and you were a fan of me, then hi, hello. I'm sorry I haven't posted. It's been a crazy, crazy ride since creating those back in like 2023 or 2024, I think was when I was working on my last one. And that was about 2 years ago. So I unfortunately do not see myself doing more of that anytime in the near future. Which, you know, it's a little sad. Because I got like almost 200 folks following me. And I, you know, love and respect them. And oh, you see, that's dangerous. I love and respect them. And they're all my fellow plotters and whatnot. But, you know, times change. And sometimes you really need the change. And I really needed the change. This is kind of like a reboot. The last time I did a bunch of stuff, it was before college. And now I'm graduated and I get to reintroduce myself to the internet. And gotta say, I'm having a good time. And I'm enjoying myself. And I hope the folks that were following me then are still enjoying the stuff I do now. And if not, I hope they've found other people to enjoy. Because they're a bunch of fellow plotters. Okie dokie. Not me digging out this entire trench of sand And if I can just go over here. Boom, boom. Maybe get another furnace going. But I don't know. It's a little sad, actually, because I really enjoyed the community we built there. Even though it was really small, it was our community, you know? Oh, iron, nice. And you know, that's kind of why I changed the name and started throwing everything up onto here. Onto the old channel. Because I want to bring those people along with me too. They've been with me from the start, and I feel it would be a little disingenuous to not do that. Even though I did change my name on there. Like 2 separate times. Which, if you are still here from all of those days in the past, I want to humbly say thank you. You've gotten me through a lot of stuff. Genuinely. I'm not gonna say that on stream. I don't know, dude. It's a wild ride doing any kind of content creation. Especially when you're small and you kind of maintain a small audience. There. For funsies. Yeah, I think I might just clean out this little valley here of the sand. Just to, I don't know, not go to any other places. Because, like, I think I want to build a village here for the folks. That way they've got, villagers to immediately trade with. If they come here, kind of have it be like a desert port city, like a Los Angeles vibe, I think could be cool. Because if you go a bit further down that way, there's the jungle. Which would be incredibly handy for folks. And maybe I want to do like have this be like a Turnham Bay or something. I think that could be cool. But anyway, back on the topic of what I was just discussing. I do really miss having the animation channel. And, I'm not going to say I'm done animating, period, because, my hobbies fluctuate a lot, and this is probably the longest thing I've had as, like, a hobby, is this world, because I've had this for the last 2 years. And I do like it, and there's always something new to do. Something new to build, something new to create with, and always new people that come into the server. But like, man, animation takes so long, and like the outcome is always genuinely really awesome. But good golly, does it take ages. Okay, I think we've got enough for now. Let's replenish those stocks. And it's just about sundown, so we'll continue when we rise for the morning. In a second. We will rise for the morning in a second. Huzzah! Also, can we talk about like that 3-follower milestone, everybody? Wow. What a fun time. Okay, I'm gonna try to land. Okay. It worked. Hooray, huzzah. So yeah, if you've been with me since the what's the plot era, I salute you. I salute you hard, because that was definitely one of the eras of all time. Hoover Dam. Like, if you've been with me since then, you get like a gold star. Because you've been with me through the thick and the thin. Because I started the channel when I worked in the prison. And I did it part-time. I mean, I do all of this part-time. This is probably the most dedicated I've been to like a stream kind of content creation situation. Because, like, I don't know, I don't really do a whole lot of stuff to begin with. And I really enjoy doing this stuff. But this is the most dedicated I've been to something in a long time outside of, like, as a hobby. This is the most dedicated I've been to anything in my life. And I really, personally, I don't really care if I blow up or anything. I just like what I'm doing. Oh, I thought those were... Because I knew the wandering trader was down there. I just didn't know if, you know. Because I thought they were rabbits. Okay, I'm sorry. The rabbits got big. And it threw me off. Sue me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't throw me off like that. Like, who do you think you are? I know. The audacity of some people. Alright, now you're starting to bum me out a little bit. Okay. So, next level, here we come. Alright, wise guy. According to the laws of the nation, I cannot harm you. And I stand by that. So please, please don't be annoying. And we're gonna have to get more glass here pretty soon, but let's use the rest of this up before we hop back down. Oh, thanks, Streambo. For nothing. Bum 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 bum. So yeah, I don't know what this Twitch stream will turn into. Maybe it'll fade off. Maybe it'll just collect dust. I hope it doesn't. I'd like to keep doing this. But, you know, life is fluid, and sometimes things are fleeting. And you gotta enjoy the things while they're here. Life lessons from Tara. That's me, but that's also the earth. And I've just got the one. But we are making our way. We're making our way. We're getting the dome. It's getting there. And we might be able to finish it on stream today if the tides are with us. So smooth. Replenish those. Replenish those. Yeah, maybe we can just chill here for a little bit. And I can just talk with you. And I guess talk about the future and what this is going to be looking like. I want to have the stream, you know, be a consistent thing. And I want to keep these hours of like Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you know, going strong. But I'm at a very peculiar point in my life where I genuinely could go in any direction I want. Which is something I've not really had in a long time. Or even like felt, not that I didn't feel comfortable, but like the only person that's genuinely stopping me from doing whatever I want is me at this point. Which I don't really think I've had in a while. At least on a self-determination kind of viewpoint. I don't know. It's an interesting time I live in at the moment. A real fork in the road, so to speak. And, you know, at least for me, the future's a little uncertain. I mean, on multiple fronts. Not even just, like, politically, but, like, personally. I guess it's kind of what college does to you. It just picks you up and keeps you busy for about 4 or 5 years. Unless you want to do more college and you want to do more learning, then by all means go ahead. But it leaves you at a really weird point where you're just trying to live. And, you know, I don't know. I'm in a really weird point in my life that I haven't been in for the last 5 years. And it's kind of been put on pause. But now just a lot of doors have opened up. And I don't know which one to go through. I think that's what's making me anxious. There's a lot of doors. I don't know which one to go through. Some doors are easier than others. Some doors I'm a lot more familiar with, and I want to go through those doors. Other doors aren't really certain. Other doors are really unpredictable. I don't know. Like I said, I'm at a weird point, guys. And this Twitch streaming stuff is kind of a part of that. Which, like, in a way, a lot of my content creation stuff has been a part of that part of not knowing. Like, I don't, like my first venture into YouTube was what's the plot, right? The name of the channel was a question about what we're doing here. Very existential. Which, you know, I feel like maybe I get a bit too existential for my own liking, and it can kind of get in the way of me making decisions. And then I do end up spiraling, which isn't good. Not like a violent spiraling, I get lost in the, it's like a form of executive dysfunction, in a sense. Okay, I'm gonna go to sleep before anything bad happens. I don't know. It's just a bit existential. And again, I feel like I'm a bit too existential for my own good sometimes. And I think a bit too much about things. It's a blessing and a curse, really. But then I'm like, do I actually think too much? Or am I just being full of myself? And I'm just thinking a normal amount. I don't know. Sometimes. And I don't want to come off as pretentious and full of myself. Because I'm just a person who streams Minecraft on Twitch. Oh, sorry, I get existential when I'm playing Minecraft sometimes. Please bear with me. Also, I don't know if I should unprivatize those old videos. Because it's not like they were, like anything bad was said. I've been pretty... I feel like I've been pretty nice and woke-ish for most of my life. Like, besides some, like, hesitation towards non-binary identities, which were, like, really old. And obviously, I'm not, you know, non-binary phobic, if that's even a word. But, like, I don't know, it's a little embarrassing. Like, I was a different gender at that time, and for me, it's embarrassing. For, like, I don't know, for everybody else, they'd be like, it's fine, everybody did that. It could have been a lot worse. Let me just say that. It could have been a lot worse. So, yeah, I'm gonna need a lot more glass, which should be fine, because I'm actually not gonna need a whole, maybe like 5 more layers, and then I just do a whole thing across the top. We'll see. How's it looking from over there? Looking domey. Looking real domey. Call me a windmill, I'm a big fan. Replenish. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my gosh. How could you do this to Nicki Minaj? How could Nicki Minaj do that to Nicki Minaj? Like, yikes, dude. Like, I loved Nicki Minaj growing up. And it's really sad to see her take this, like, right-wing pivot. But then, like, I don't know. You gotta grow up sometimes. Never meet your heroes or whatever. Which, you know, I try to be as authentic as I can. So please, please, if you're watching this, I'm just a person. I'm flawed. I have my flaws. I'm not perfect. And please keep that in mind as we go along. Like, I don't know. I'm just thinking. I'm trying to make my fan base not a toxic one. Or my followers non-toxic. Which hopefully I can maintain that. But I cannot control the fan base. Or the chat too much. Because I feel like that defeats the goal. We should be all working together. This is a Marxist-Leninist world. And we're all living in it. Whoa. Do you guys see that? That was crazy. Crazy work. Crazy work. I know I wasn't the only person to see that. I love Minecraft Bedrock. She says. There it was again. Oh my gosh. Guys. Bug rock. For real. I swear, if I actually had a computer, I would transfer this over to my computer. I mean, I'd still probably play Bedrock because I love Bedrock. And it's the one I'm the most familiar with. But like, if the streaming goes well, and if I do this for long enough, I might consider setting up face cam and doing all that kinds of fun stuff. Food and Ow. Okay. We're making good progress. We're doing good. We're hanging in there. I gotta find more things to talk about. Maybe I'll just do a day where we design stuff and I just stream on my phone. I think that could be cool. And maybe we talk about like current events stuff. Or something, I don't know. But that's also not what you guys come here for. You come here to sit and watch me play Minecraft. Or maybe I like start the stream off with some designing, like the design process, and then walk you through those. I don't know. This is my oyster at the moment. The wild. Could you imagine if the world was actually an oyster? It'd be kind of goofy. ASMR chat. Where are we at for timing? 11:15. I might consider cutting it short. It depends. Because we have our mandatory Madeline raid that I set up. And I cannot be late for that again. I just can't. I can't. And you know, the more people that I get in here, like eventually I want to actually set up like polls and, you know, have people vote on things. I think that could be really fun. I think as a streamer, I want to be like an introductory. Like, oh, you like left-leaning political thought? We'll talk to the trans girl that's just playing Minecraft and runs the server on a socialist model. Oh, that's interesting. I kind of want to keep that. Maybe that's how I'll do it. And then we'll just go from there. Go to Madeline. And then we go to Larry. It's a whole chain. It's a whole chain. Also, sorry today's stream was a little boring. I know we're just dealing with glass and doing this whole process. But, like, guys, the finished product is going to be so good. You know, actually, wait a second. Hold the phone. This is just my building projects are just another form of animation because they take so long to do. Oh my gosh. I think, you know, actually, I think the difference between this and then doing animation is like, I don't know, with animation, it's just one and done. Like, you do it and then you don't have to worry about it anymore, I guess. But the only way you can kind of redo it is if you redo the whole thing. With Minecraft builds, you just... Well, if you want to change a Minecraft build, you can just change your Minecraft build. And then it'll evolve along with you, and it doesn't stay stuck in the past. Because, like, I've got old Minecraft builds that I intentionally changed for, like, lore reasons. But, you know, I haven't really... I mean, I've done other changes to other builds in the past. Like, ooh, one of my favorite examples is the bridge to the forest in Oakside. That used to be like a really gnarly, very early game bridge. It was made in like the 7th month, I think. But like, oh golly. I changed that one, and then I used some of the old wood to make just the ordinary part of the bridge, which I personally was a really big fan of. Okay, hold on. Restroom break. I'm pausing the stream for a second. Bear with me. All right, I'm back. I'm here. And I was thinking when I was over there, you know, I gotta have a way to tell the one viewer apart from all the other viewers. Other than, you know, obviously my follower count. So, to my OG1 viewer who's been with me since the beginning on here, in case I you know, blow up or whatever, I'm just gonna have you, you know, let's see, what do I want to have you type? Maybe just type sorry, I'm thinking. Because I want to have a way to tell you apart from other people in the future. Just in case, you know? Probably just type, you know, you know what? You're just going to be an OG member of the Aestos Historical Society. Because we're documenting. Documenting for Rio. Okay, and we're almost to the top. And we might be able to finish today. Sorry, I'm looking at some things. There it is. That's where I want to be. Okay. Let's complete this layer. And I mean, if we don't finish this today, we can always finish it tomorrow. And then work on fully furnishing not only the sniffer biome, but also, you know, the compound as a whole. Because whether I like it or not, this is kind of like a compound type thing. Bing, bang, bing, bang. I know, that's what I'm saying. Man, it throws me off every single time. I hope you guys see that too. And I'm not just crazy. I guess I could have just left that there. Man, the llamas are loud. And annoying. And then we alley-oop. Love an alley-oop. Then we go there. Boom. 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 I've done so many domes at this point, you guys. It's kind of just muscle memory. And I could have left that there too. Oh my gosh. Smarticle particles. That's how I operaticles. Smarticle particles. That's how I operaticles. Huh. Huh. Wait. There you are. Yarg. Okay. I think maybe one more layer to cover up that little thingy over there. And I think we're good to go on the dome. How's it looking? I know I probably don't have time. We're probably going to have to finish this tomorrow, but... Oh, that is lovely. That is exactly what I wanted it to look like. Oh. Oh, that's so beautiful. Oh, man. Oh, it's nice to see a project come to fruition. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, that looks exactly how I wanted it to. Yes! Wow, that does look exactly how I wanted it to. Oof, that is beautiful. I'm in awe. I cannot wait to get this done. And then just bask in its glory. Yeah, I will say it's a lot different than my usual designs. It's a lot more pointy. And it really gives beacon vibes, if I do say so myself. Wow. You know, the better I get at building, the more... Just, I don't know, the more I love it. The more I love building. Oh, this is exactly what I pictured in my mind, you guys. Oh, I'm so happy. I don't think I'm going to add those windows, though. Oh, this makes me so happy, you guys. You don't even know. I've been working on this thing for almost a month, dude. Ah. Oh, this looks so nice. Oh, I'm so excited to get it done. Guys, the awe that I'm feeling right now is just incredible. That's really nice. It's exactly how I put it, how I had it in the blueprints too. Gorgeous, gorgeous girl. And me thinking it looked a little forehead. Puh. Goofy nonsense is what that is. Let me get a few over here. Yep. That's exactly what I wanted. Yeah, looks like we might need to finish this tomorrow, though. And then one last layer on the top. And to quote the smash hit K-pop Demon Hunters, we're gonna be golden. Oh, Mother Hubbard. Ugh. Just lost a glass block. Boo. It's fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be good. Oh, we are almost out of coal for you. There we go. And you're there. And I've got you. You. Let's see. Cancel. You know, maybe I should have you raid someone else soon. Because I do have you raid Madeline a lot. Let me see. Sorry if I'm... Yeah, I don't think they're up here yet. They usually throw it up on, like, at 11:40. No worries. Oh, if Larry was live right now, I'd probably send you to Larry. But we're still... it's still my time. It's still my time. I've got a couple of other things going on today, too, that I do need to get done, that I've been putting off for a while. Mostly paperwork stuff, honestly. Paperwork stuff I really don't want to do, and it's tedious, and I hate it. But it's got to be done, kind of thing. Ugh. But you know, I'm an adult. I can do these things. Boom. Okay. And now... the question is, do we go up an additional layer? Or do we just call it here and then maybe do something in the center? I say call it here and do something in the center. So Don't want to have that blocked off just in case. And I'm running low on glass. Yeah, no, this is good. This is good. I'm living. Living like Larry. All right. Let me see. I think I do want to move my way back to the capital to start off with. Just because I feel like I can get a lot more sand smelted there. Yeah, no, I think that's a good idea. Zarathustra, mommy needs you. Alrighty. So as we're winding down today, I know we are finishing up our project here in the south pretty quickly. And we'll be moving on to another building project pretty soon. Which either will be the rail to the beacon or like, oh gosh, I don't know. Probably the revised rail station in the capital. It's really up to anybody, honestly. And by anybody, I mean me. Unless, you know, chat says something or mentions something. Then I might do something else, but based on how many people we have in our chat most of the time, it's probably just going to be me autonomously making decisions, which I don't tend to like to do, but they are done nonetheless. Or maybe I could start that rail project, because I've been meaning to do that since I started the rail project. Or the national rail project, I should say. But having multiple connections in between places is a lot of work and a lot of rail laying. Not to say it's not worth it. I mean, I love having a connected nation. Just gets a little tedious. At times. We are slowly making our way. Once we get back to the little community area, you know, on the east side of the capital, I think that's where I will end it. That way I'm, you know, next to the sand as it's being smelted. But don't worry, we'll get there. We'll get there. And you know, that also has me thinking, of additional projects we could be doing. I know I need to finish the arena before the before the 2-year anniversary of the world, which is, excuse me, going to be in June, which I, for one, am very excited about because, you know, I started the place, but, you know, whatever. But I don't know. Who's to say? You know, maybe I might just do that. That thing, that whatever, right there. The new rail station. But I really like how these all pour in at one place. And those are really hard to lay. I feel like it would look better with that. I don't know. Things to consider, because I've drawn up plans. But I also don't just want to do another dome. I want to keep it unique, unique. That's why I've really been liking the construction of the beacon recently. Just because it's different. Like, it's a very unique design that I don't do a whole lot. And I hope you've been enjoying it as well, obviously. Ooh, I think I'll close out there. Yeah. All right, so I'll throw the sand in there. In there. Oh my gosh, I didn't have my elytra again. Silly me. Okay. Sand. You know what's funny? This is like the only super smelter in the world that I've built. And I feel like based on the size of the country now, I feel like there should be a lot more. But that's, you know, neither here nor there. Okay. So I'm gonna, you know, once I sign off here, I am going to, you know, have enough glass to finish off the beacon tomorrow. So, on that note, thank you all for, you can't really see. There we go. Off to the side. I gotta make it perfect for you. Thank you all so much for joining me today. It's always a pleasure to have you. I will be signing off. Come back tomorrow. We'll be doing the same thing. Probably doing some woke maxing. Who's to say? But we are going to go off and raid Madeline. You're going to get some learning in. And I will also be there for the Madeline chats. So, have fun with Madeline. They're a great time. I will see you later, gators. Bye. So long. Toodaloo.